Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk English World. I am so happy you are here with us today. My name is Sarah. As always, we speak slowly, we speak clearly, and we speak simply, just for you. Today's topic is one that will immediately improve every conversation you have in English. Immediately improve means the effect will be visible and felt right away, not after weeks of practice. Today, we are talking about how to express ideas clearly in English.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mike. Welcome to episode 184 of Talk English World. Expressing ideas clearly, organizing your thoughts and communicating them in a way your listener can easily follow and understand is one of the most valuable communication skills in any language. Most valuable means it produces the greatest benefit. Any language means not just English. Clarity is universally important. Many people have excellent ideas. Excellent ideas means thoughts that are genuinely good and worth sharing. But they lose the listener because their explanation is disorganized or unclear. Disorganized means lacking structure and order. Unclear means difficult to understand. Today, we give you the tools to make every idea you share land perfectly. Land perfectly means reach the listener exactly as intended, with full understanding and impact. Let's go.
Yes, today, clarity vocabulary, the three-part idea expression structure, techniques for making abstract ideas concrete. Abstract means theoretical and not immediately obvious. Concrete means specific and easy to visualize. Phrases for checking understanding, and 2 complete practice conversations. All slow, all clear, all natural American English. Let's begin.
Vocabulary Corner. Today, 7 essential words for expressing ideas clearly. Repeat each one with focus and intention.
Word 1, clarify. Clarify, to make something easier to understand, to remove confusion. Let me clarify what I mean by that. Clarify.
Word 2, elaborate. Elaborate. To give more detail, to expand on something already mentioned. Could you elaborate on that point? Elaborate.
Word 3, illustrate. Illustrate, to make an idea clearer by giving an example, like showing a picture with words. Let me illustrate this with a quick example. Illustrate.
Word 4, concise. Concise. Using few words to express something clearly, short but complete. The best explanations are both clear and concise. Concise.
Word 5, main point. Main point, the most important idea, the central message you want the listener to take away. Take away means remember and keep after the conversation. The main point is that consistency matters more than intensity. Main point.
In essence, at the most fundamental level, capturing the core meaning. Core meaning means the heart of the idea. In essence, what I'm saying is that communication is a skill. In essence.
Follow me. Follow me. Asking if the listener understands and is tracking your explanation. Are you following me so far? Follow me. 7 powerful clarity words. Clarify, elaborate, illustrate, concise, main point, in essence, follow me. These words make your explanations more organized, more professional, and more easily understood by everyone.
Let us learn the 3-part idea expression structure. 3-part structure means a reliable, organized approach with 3 clear steps. The 3 parts are state, support, and summarize. State means introduce your idea clearly. Support means back it up with evidence, examples, or reasoning. Summarize means restate the core message briefly at the end.
Part 1. State your idea. Stating your idea means presenting your main point directly and clearly before any explanation. Before any explanation means the listener knows what you are going to say before you say it in detail. Many people make the mistake of building up to their idea. Building up means giving background information first, and the listener gets lost before the main point arrives. I think the most important thing is consistency. My main point is that small daily habits create big results. What I want to say is clear communication changes everything. These are direct, confident, and immediately understandable. Immediately understandable means the listener knows your position from the very first sentence.
Part 2. Support your idea. Supporting your idea means giving reasons, evidence, or examples that make your idea believable and real. Believable means the listener accepts it as true or reasonable. Real means the listener can connect it to actual experience. For example, when you exercise for just 15 minutes every day, after 3 months, you feel completely different. For example, introduces a concrete illustration. Think about it this way. If you save $5 a day, that is over $1,800 in a year. Think about it this way signals you're about to reframe the idea in a new, clearer form. Reframe means present the same idea from a different angle. To illustrate our vocabulary word, imagine two students. One studies for 8 hours once a week, the other studies for 1 hour every day. After a month, who knows the material better? Who knows the material better is a rhetorical question, a question you ask to make a point, not to receive an answer. The answer is obvious. Daily practice wins.
Part 3. Summarize your idea. Summarizing means restating your main point briefly after all the support and examples. Restating means saying the same thing again, but often in slightly different words. This reinforces the message. Reinforces means makes stronger and more memorable. So, in essence, our vocabulary word, small consistent actions always outperform large occasional ones. Outperform means produce better results than. The main point, our vocabulary word, is that how you do something every day matters more than what you do sometimes. To put it simply, this is why habits beat motivation every time. Habits beat motivation means consistent routine is more powerful than relying on how you feel. Put it simply signals a clear, accessible final statement. These 3 parts, state, support, and summarize, give your ideas structure, clarity, and impact. Structure means organized form. Clarity means ease of understanding. Impact means the lasting impression on the listener.
Now, let us learn specific techniques for making ideas clearer in the moment. In the moment means while the conversation is happening, when you need to adapt or improve your explanation.
Technique 1. Use analogies. Analogies means comparisons that help explain something unfamiliar by connecting it to something familiar. Familiar means already known and understood. Learning a language is like learning to ride a bicycle. At first, it feels impossible, then suddenly it just clicks. Clicks means suddenly works, becomes natural. Managing your time is like having a budget. If you spend it on everything, you have nothing left for what matters. Budget means a plan for how to use a limited resource. Think of your brain like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. These analogies make abstract concepts immediately accessible. Abstract concepts means ideas that are not immediately obvious or tangible. Immediately accessible means easy to grasp and understand right away.
Technique 2. Check for understanding. Checking for understanding means pausing during your explanation to make sure the listener is following. Following means understanding and keeping pace with you. Does that make sense so far? So far means up to this point, not asking about everything, just what has been said. Are you following me? Follow me, our vocabulary word. Does that track? Track means, does my logic connect and make sense? Am I being clear? Am I being clear is directly asking whether your explanation is understandable. Would you like me to elaborate on any part? Elaborate, our vocabulary word, offer to give more detail on any section. These checking phrases show respect for your listener.
Respect means valuing their ability to understand and their time. They also prevent the most common communication failure. Communication failure means the listener does not understand but says nothing, and you never realize.
Now, let us practice 2 complete idea expression conversations. First conversation, explaining an idea at work. I'll be Yuki, Mike will be James.
Yuki, you wanted to share an idea about the new project approach?
Yes, thanks for the time, James. So, my main point, our vocabulary word, that we're spending too much time in the planning phase and not enough time testing. Planning phase means the period of preparation before actually doing something. Testing means trying things in practice and seeing what works.
Interesting. Can you elaborate on that? Elaborate, our vocabulary word, give me more detail.
Of course, to illustrate, our vocabulary word, think about it this way. Right now, we spend about 60% of our time planning and 40% executing. Executing means actually doing, implementing the plan. But our biggest competitor means the company we most need to outperform, spends 30% planning and 70% in active testing. Active testing means constantly trying things and adjusting based on results.
Are you following me so far? Wait, I should be asking you then. Am I following you correctly? You're saying we should flip the ratio.
Exactly. Flip the ratio means reverse the proportions, spend less time planning and more time doing. In essence, our vocabulary word, we learn more from doing 10 small experiments than from planning one perfect strategy. 10 small experiments means multiple, quick, practical tests. One perfect strategy means a single, comprehensive plan that takes a very long time to prepare.
That makes a lot of sense. Does that track with what the data shows? Does that track, our vocabulary phrase? Does my understanding match the evidence?
It does. And to put it concisely, our vocabulary word, our last 3 successful projects all had shorter planning phases and more frequent iteration. Iteration means repeated cycles of testing and improving. The pattern is clear.
I love this idea, Yuki. To clarify, you are not saying we should plan less carefully. You're saying we should plan more efficiently and act sooner.
That is exactly it. Thank you for clarifying that. Clarifying means restating an idea in clearer terms. James actually helped refine the expression of the idea. Plan efficiently, act sooner, and learn from doing. That is the core message. Core message means the fundamental, central point.
Perfect workplace idea expression conversation. Main point stated clearly first, illustrated with a concrete comparison, competitor data, checked for understanding, does that track, summarized concisely with in essence, and clarify when needed. All 4 elements of the 3-part structure plus checking and rephrasing, all used naturally in one professional conversation.
Second conversation, explaining a personal belief clearly to a friend. I will be Anna. Mike will be Carlos.
Anna, you always seem so calm when things go wrong. What is your secret? What is your secret means, what is the specific approach or mindset that explains this quality?
I am not always calm, I promise, but I do have a way of thinking about difficult things. My main point, I suppose, is that most problems are temporary, and most of what we worry about never actually happens. Temporary means lasting only for a limited time, not permanent. Never actually happens means the feared outcome does not occur.
That is interesting. Can you elaborate? Elaborate. I want to understand how you actually think about it.
Sure. Think about it this way, our technique for introducing a new angle. Most people spend 80% of their worry on things they cannot control. Cannot control means they have no power to change the outcome. And studies show means research indicates that approximately 90% of what people worry about never actually comes true. Never actually comes true means does not happen in reality.
Does that track for you personally? Does that track, our vocabulary phrase? Has this been true in your own experience?
Completely. To illustrate, illustrate our vocabulary word. Last year, I was terrified about a presentation at work. Terrified means extremely scared, beyond nervous. I spent weeks worrying about everything going wrong. Everything going wrong means every possible negative outcome. But when the day came, it went completely fine. Completely fine means it was good. All the worry was unnecessary.
I relate to that completely. Relate to means I've had the same experience. I understand it personally. So, in essence, our vocabulary word, are you saying we should just worry less?
Well, to clarify our vocabulary word, it is less about forcing yourself not to worry and more about reminding yourself of this pattern. Forcing yourself not to worry means telling your feelings to stop, which rarely works. Reminding yourself of this pattern means recalling that historically, your worries usually did not come true. When I feel anxious, I ask myself, has this kind of thing gone wrong before? Usually, the answer is no.
That is such a practical approach. Practical approach means a method that is actually usable in real situations, not just theoretical. In other words, our vocabulary phrase, you use your own history as evidence that things usually work out.
Exactly. And to put it simply, our phrase for a final, clear summary, most things resolve themselves if you focus on what you can control. Focus on what you can control means direct your attention and energy toward the things you have power to change.
Beautiful personal idea expression. Stated the main point clearly, support it with statistics and personal examples, used think about it this way to illustrate, in essence, to clarify, in other words, and summarized with to put it simply. The listener, Carlos, felt completely understood every step of the way. Felt completely understood means had no confusion, followed every part of the explanation.
We are at the end of episode 184 of Talk English World, and I want to say clear expression is not about using big words or complex sentences. Clear expression means using the right words in the right order with the right support to create understanding. Understanding means the listener receives your idea exactly as you intended. And that moment when your listener nods and says, "That makes total sense," or "I completely see what you mean," that is one of the most satisfying experiences in any language. Most satisfying means deeply fulfilling. It feels genuinely good and rewarding.
And here's what makes expressing ideas clearly in English particularly powerful for you as a learner. Particularly powerful means especially effective and impactful. When your ideas are clear, people focus on your message, not on your accent, not on occasional grammar errors, not on small vocabulary gaps. They focus on your message means the content of what you say becomes the center of attention. And your message, your thinking, your perspective, your experience is valuable. Valuable means worth hearing, worth a listener's time and attention. Clear expression makes that value visible. Makes that value visible means allows others to fully see and appreciate what you have to offer.
Your challenge for this week, practice the 3-part structure once a day. Once a day means one time every single day. A small but powerful commitment. Choose any idea about your work, about your life, about anything you believe or observe. State it, support it with an example or analogy, summarize it with in essence, or to put it simply. Do it out loud. Out loud means using your actual voice. Do it to yourself in the mirror. Do it in a message to a friend. Do it in your English journal. 5 days, 5 ideas expressed with full clarity, and notice how much more confident you feel sharing your thoughts in English by day 5.
Thank you so much for listening to episode 184 of Talk English World. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, give this video a like, and leave a comment. Share one idea clearly using the 3-part structure. State your main point, give one example, summarize with in essence. We love reading your clearly expressed English ideas. We read every single comment. Until next time, this is Sarah.
And this is Mike.
From Talk English World. See you in episode 185. Goodbye, everyone.
State your ideas, support them with examples, summarize with clarity, and let your English voice be heard clearly, confidently, and completely today.